guys have probably seen this trend on Pinterest, TikTok, and YouTube called Becoming That Girl, where these girls practically look like they have their life together in an early morning routine, healthy food, skincare, planners, and whatnot. I've made the conscious decision of improving my routine, my holistic being, and overall life, so this is my take on Becoming That Girl. Waking up at 6 to 7 a.m. has definitely been a turning point for me, where the past 3 weeks I've been determined to consistently get up and get my day started. I definitely also grew fond of opening up my window and allowing some light in. Fixing my bed is a small task that sets the right tone. It's always nice to feel clean and tidy, and for some weird reason, it also makes me feel kind of cozy. Despite not being in bed where I'd obviously rather be, there's a certain sense of comfort to it. Unfortunately, drinking water has been very new to me. I tend to forget this and go about my day, but adding this small step into my routine has definitely reminded me to give my body what it needs. The past few months, I've been inside my room, and honestly, I don't get a lot of sun, and most of the time I don't get any at all, which is really unhealthy. So it took its toll on my mental, physical, and emotional health. So I've opted to make the decision to include being outside in the sun as part of my priority in the daily routine. I've been loving the sun.
Yan Can you make me pancake?
I'm not a big fan of strict routines, which is why I made a layout for my physical exercises, which would include from walking, jogging, being outside in the afternoon, simply stretching, a bit of core or switching to legs. I find that I don't need to restrict myself into a certain set each day, as long as I ensure I give my body an outlet and some time outside for some fresh air. So later on, you will see that I definitely don't have a method to my diet, but I've been slowly adapting to a conscious decision to give myself a good breakfast, as it is the most important meal of the day, including some fruits and snacks. I really craved for something sweet and savory for breakfast, which is why I had some pancakes with a bit of honey garlic potatoes, and some kind of fell apart here, but still food. Part of this active decision to give myself good food throughout the day, whenever I crave for dessert or a random snack, I opt to have some yogurt with some oats and maybe some apples on the side. So instead of having my usual ice cream or chocolate bar, I tried my best to convert this sweet tooth craving into something healthier.
So hi guys, I just wanted to give you an update. Between the time of my first exam and my next one, I was able to take a nap, take a bath, and curl my hair, which is kind of crazy because I don't think I've ever been able to achieve that much. I'm gonna go eat lunch really quick and then hop onto the Zoom. I officially took my last exam as a nursing student. Oh my gosh, I'm officially done. Alrighty, so we are going to go to the grocery, and this is my outfit. I quickly threw it on, but super cute. I love it. I'll have everything linked down below. I also wanted to mention that these are probably the best nipple covers I've ever tried. They're so comfy and they're so seamless, and I feel secure. I will link these down below as well. Yeah, coming.
For the next day, I managed to do the same thing and wake up at 6 a.m. and I went on a walk, and I did throw in a few minutes of jogging. But for today, I did some core and arms, and I really wanted to focus on strengthening and toning. For today's breakfast was another note of an equally balanced happy stomach with an omelette, some nuggets, and chocolate chip pancakes. Later that day, I made some iced coffee and had my lunch. This was just some leftover wrap I had the night before, and it looks a little small, but I promise I'm not restricting. I just happen to only stomach one wrap at a time. Now we are on to our mental and emotional health. I started reading this book, and in the past, I never understood how you can find guidance and direction. But within the first chapter, she managed to captivate my perspective, and I've been trying to actively incorporate these insights. I highly recommend this book if you're looking into some changes on the way you perceive things, but I suggest to read it when you're ready. Along with reading, I actually journal now, and I quite enjoy this with a scented candle and a cup of coffee or a cup of matcha. And this was another task that I never understood before. I could never get myself to sit down and write. However, I needed an outlet. I needed to manage all my thoughts, emotions, and frustrations that I got up and wrote everything down, and I felt a great weight lifted off of me. Part of my journaling helps me understand myself. Writing things down that make me happy made me realize that there's so much to be thankful for, and I understand how one can be aware of the good things that happen around them, but when you write it down on a piece of paper, on a substantial piece of evidence, you see how much little events made you smile. Another thing I never thought I'd do was to write down manifestations. I've heard about how claiming things in your life and for yourself would actually attract opportunities to come your way because your mindset believes and is open to the possibility. I've seen so many people on YouTube talk about how they manifested such opportunities, and I want to switch my point of view from doubt into trusting the process. My planner now consists with dividing my day from morning, afternoon, and nighttime tasks, so at least I'm open into doing any of the following within those hours, and I don't feel the pressure of achieving certain things at a certain time. I saw this quote that said, "You are what you feed yourself," and that made me think beyond the physical aspect and contemplate what I nourish my brain, my heart, and my soul. This made me rethink what I surround myself with. In the aspect of creativity, I've opted to enjoy the company of certain creators on YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest that dive into a lot of productive days, positive affirmations, and reflect a colorful life, where embracing and opening up to things that align with what I hope for might get me there too.